For those people who don't know me, Devin the Dream Haney. After a hard workout, I always make sure I take my pro-glycogen. Great for recovery. Recovery is a big part of training, and take your pro-glycogen, you'll feel much better.
I actually wanted to get your reaction to Jarrell Miller testing positive, and now that fight, he's not going to have it because New York won't grant him a license. What's your reaction to that?
It's very unfortunate. Anytime that you see guys blow a big opportunity like that. It was the biggest fight of his life. He had a great opportunity. Just down the drain. There's no room for cheating in boxing, period, under any circumstances. So, you know, that's on him.
In terms of punishment, you know, what do you think the commission should do in terms of set like a precedent?
It's not up to me to say that. I just think that there's no room for it in the sport. Mm-hmm. You know, fighters, they especially if you're on the other side of it, they put in the work, they work hard, they put their life on the line to go out there and compete, and then these kind of things happen. It's just, again, it's just unfortunate. And it's a lot more of it out there in the sport that guys just aren't getting caught. But
you think so? It's like more rampant than what we see on the surface?
Most definitely.
Yeah?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Why? Why is it such a more rampant problem, and why don't we hear more about it?
Well, I mean, guys are always looking to gain some type of advantage instead of, you know, putting in the work and just getting it done the right way. You know, the guys are always looking for a way to, you know, cut a corner. You know, but again, there's no room in the sport for it. You know, guys who are busting their ass, putting in the work, you know, grinding. You know, there's no room in the sport for that.
In terms of like the testing, do you think we just need more like thorough testing? We've seen with what happened recently with the UFC and USADA, one of their former champions, TJ Dillashaw, tested positive for EPO. USADA didn't test for that on a normal sense. They had to like actually do a separate test in order to find that. I know it was like a big source of criticism from Dana White, saying like, hey, I'm paying you guys all this money, you guys aren't testing for EPO. What do you make of the current protocols, and do you think it's enough, or do you think more should be done? More should be done. I mean, anytime that you know that's out there, you should be able to. You have the platform to be able to do it, and I think it's just an unfortunate situation that this is very rampant in the sport, and just combat sports in general. No, it is. In your personal opinion, you say like percentage-wise, how many people do you think are on stuff? Just from observing and it's really kind of hard to say. I mean, I hear rumors out there, you know, but it's really kind of hard to say. I wouldn't put a number on it, you know, because I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, you know, but you've been around the game. Been around the game, yeah. And you hear about it. You hear about it. All you got to do is just pay attention. All you got to do is just pay attention. What do you mean by that? All you got to do is about like the eye test, or all you got to do is pay attention. Yeah. I mean, when you've been around and you see guys, all of a sudden their performances are. All you got to do is just pay attention. That's all you got to do. How do we, as a sport, combat sports in general, how is it that we get around this and I guess combat it? Like, what do you think hasn't been done, and what do you think needs to be done? That's a tough question. I really can't answer that. But it's something needs to be done. That's for sure. You think like more stringent testing, or is it something where it's like education with the fighters, or is it even, you know, more vetting of the strength and conditioning trainers coming in, or the people coming into the camps? You know, getting back to your earlier question, I think that once guys are caught, now that you put it in that way, they should just be banned. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, they should just be banned. That would, well,
that would teach
That'll
other
send a
people.
clear. That would send
it
a clear
would.
message.
Yeah, like with TJ, he got banned for 2 years. I know with the UFC, I think it's a 2-year offense, and then another longer offense, and then if it's 3 times, you're completely banned from the sport. So you think something like that should maybe be adopted?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, I know it's a tricky subject, Leonard. I know it's kind of tough because you don't want to get anyone in trouble and stuff like that either.
No, I mean you just play by the rules.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Everyone should, because that's it's the integrity of the sport and keeping the sport pure.
Most definitely.
In order to do that.